Hello Taurus, I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and I'm here with your What's the Tea Tarot reading for the week of June 2nd, 2024. I'd like to begin the reading by thanking you very much for helping me to achieve over 1,000 subscribers by my birthday, which is June 3rd. I know 1,000 subscribers doesn't sound like a lot in the world of YouTube, but for me, it was a goal that I wanted to reach in less than 90 days. And with just over 400 videos, it appears you were very receptive to them, and you helped me to not just reach that number, but to surpass it ahead of my June 3rd deadline. So I want to thank you very, very much for that. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I kindly appreciate your support. This reading, Taurus, I'll be drawing as usual for you on your weekly reads, several cards from the What's the Tea Oracle deck. But this week I'm going to change it up a bit and also draw you a card from the Heart's Hidden Secrets deck. Please remember, this is a collective general reading. It is not individualized or personalized to you, and therefore it's quite possible that not every message that comes through today will resonate with you. And if that's the case, it's okay. It just means it's meant for another Taurus watching. My hope, though, is we can help on your timeline and give you some insight for the week ahead. So with all that said, let's begin. Tapping into the Taurus collective now for the week of June 2nd, 2024. What do they not see coming? What do they need to know about? And what do they need to prepare for? We'll do one more shuffle here for you, Taurus, please. And thank you. First card out, we have running. You could be running to or from a particular situation, relationship, or individual. Then we have a groupie, so you could actually like be a fan or maybe even like not a fan of a particular situation or individual. And then grudge holder, this is either you or someone in your energy. We'll see what that's all about. Bottom of tarot, I always say, is what you don't see coming. Bottom of What's the Tea Oracle deck are issues you will have to contend with this week, but to a lesser degree than the three on the table. We have threatening. This could be you or could be someone in your energy or close proximity where you feel that maybe even just their presence is threatening you, right? Or you are very bothered by them. This could also be you or an individual trying to intimidate one another to do what you want them to do, or they're intimidating you to get you to do what they want you to do. So be mindful of that. Unfazed, I like that very much for you, or maybe you're just not paying any attention to the drama starters. And giving money, this card is all about resources, so you could have some concerns this week about the giving or sharing of resources. For others of you, you're actually receiving resources, so could go either way. Either you're giving or you're receiving. Just keep that all in mind. Let's see what the Heart's Hidden Secrets deck has for you. Give me one card, please, here for the Taurian Collective for this week. What do they need to know about? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. And we have soulmates. Deep love, unity, or a connection could be how you feel about someone or how someone feels about you. And bottom of this deck, we have ecstasy. You could be chasing thrills or chasing excitement or a good time. Hoping, you could be hoping for something to come to fruition, maybe a soulmate. For those of you who are single, you could be trying to manifest a soulmate in. And then return. For some of you, maybe you're looking for a second chance to make amends in a particular situation or relationship. Let's see what tarot has for you. Running. Tell us more about running here for the Taurian Collective. What do they need to know about running? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Running is clarified by the Seven of Pentacles. Why the Seven of Pentacles for running? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Seven of Pentacles clarified by the Emperor. Aries had the same card come out in the exact same spot. So if you're dealing with an Aries or someone who maybe has a moon in Aries or just a lot of Aries in their chart, you may want to take a look at that reading. And then the World card, they also had that card also, but they had it at the end of the reading. For Aries, they were closing out a long-term commitment or a long-term relationship. It looks like you may be doing the same thing, Taurus. There are some of you that have spent a long time in a particular situation or relationship. Seven of Pentacles is someone who invests for the long term, and they water and flower, or they water and flower, and they water that plant, waiting for the flowers, waiting for the bloom, waiting for it to become the Ten of Pentacles. And for some, the Seven of Pentacles card for me also means like someone who is going back day after day, like, is it growing? Is it growing? Is it growing? It's almost like when you're driving somewhere as a child and you're in the back seat and you're like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? This is like the are we there yet card. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Do I keep wanting to do this in a repetitive way? I do believe in the next week, a lot of you will be saying no. You'll be either coming into your emperor or empress power to reclaim your life, because this is something is not growing the way you wish it to. And yes, it could have been something you were running after for a long time, a job, trying to improve a professional situation, a friend group, a family dynamic, a marriage, a long-term relationship. It's like you kept running every day back to the same thing. Like, is it changed? Is it better? Is it better? And some of you this week are just going to come into your emperor, empress status and say, no more. I'm closing this. The world card is something closes so something new can begin. It's a finality. It's a completion. Some of you are walking away from an emperor, whether it's an Aries or just, a father figure, a boss, or a spouse. Take it how it resonates for you. But I think some of you are tired of checking to see if there's a ROI, if there's a return on your investment. I think you've coming to the conclusion this week that it's not, and so you are running away. Groupie, tell us more about this groupie card for the Taurian collective. And that person you leave may try to threaten or intimidate you to stay. I think a lot of you are unfazed. You're really coming into your emperor power. So for some of you, you've been overly generous with this person and giving of your wealth and your resources, and the situation is just not improving for you. Groupie, tell us more about Groupie for the Taurian collective. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Groupie, clarified by, now we have the Eight of Pentacles. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles. One more shuffle here, please. Oh, I'm not going to take all of those, but I did see the Queen of Pentacles, which very well could be you. Please clarify the Eight of Pentacles. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Eight of Pentacles, clarified by the Ten of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. Some of you have been holding on to this pain, this resentment, this betrayal, this defeat for so long, hoping it would change. It's almost like you were a fan of this situation, not wanting to see the truth of it. Again, Seven of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles, hoping, well, if I do the same thing every day. Eight of Pentacles is an individual who's an apprentice, and they do the same thing over and over again, hoping to become a master. And some of you are just like, well, if I keep at it every day and I do the same thing, it'll get better, and it'll get better. And I think the weight is getting so heavy for you. I mean, this is a repeat offender you're dealing with, whether it's in your professional, personal, or romantic life. This is my Cadaver card of tarot. Someone has either betrayed you horribly once, or they have betrayed you over and over and over again. I think a lot of you have been holding on to this situation or this relationship or individual for financial reasons, because the Four of Pentacles is all about stability. You are trying to hold on to keeping control, trying to navigate it the way you wanted it to go. You may have looked at this individual relationship or whatever it is as a possession, like it belongs to me. Like, I don't care how much it hurts. I'm holding on to it. I think some of you are letting go this week, and you may be holding a grudge holder. Tell us more. Or it could be the person or situation you're letting go of. Maybe the work environment has become too toxic, and some of you are just like, I'm done. Some of you might just be fed up this week and literally walk off the job, because you're like, that's it. That was the last stab in the back. I was supposed to get that promotion. I didn't. I was supposed to get a raise 3 months ago, and I haven't received it. There's something like that where you've been holding on to the pain, like, oh, okay, I'm not going to let it show. I'm just going to keep going in every day and investing. And this week it's like, the straw that broke the camel's back. It's just like, no more. I won't be surprised if we see the Tower card. Grudge holder. And I think your reading for the first 2 weeks of June was about having an honest conversation with yourself about a particular situation in your professional, personal, or romantic life that was no longer bringing you happiness, and you had held on to it for so long hoping it would. And maybe at one time it did, maybe at one time it was the dream job, but it's now become a toxic environment. So this seems to be right along message for that group of the collective that I've tapped into. Please further clarify. Grudge holder. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Grudge holder clarified by 3 of Wands. Further clarify 3 of Wands. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. 3 of Wands clarified by the 6 of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Wow. Some of you have been holding on. 6 of Cups could be a soulmate, and next card out is the soulmate card. So for those of you where it's a romantic situation, or it could be familial, right? It could be just a family, because soulmates come in all shapes and sizes, and I believe we have dozens. Some of us have hundreds of them in our lifetime. And they come in a beautiful array of people, right? A school teacher, a priest if you went to church, or a rabbi, or you know, a grandparent, a lover, multiple lovers even throughout your life could very well be your soulmate. So I'm going to read this 2 different ways because it's going to be different for everyone, because bottom of the deck we do have Ace of Cups here. I think for a lot of you, you were, like I said, waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for the 7 of Pentacles to grow. 8 of Pentacles, if I just do the same thing every day, it'll come in. Because you had a lot of love for whatever this individual is. Like I said, family member, family dynamic, friend, best friend, colleague, soulmate, spouse, lover, you name it. You held a lot of love for this connection, and you've been waiting for your ships to come in. I think some of you are becoming angry and holding a grudge because the ships are not coming in. For others of you, you are embracing going back to your family. Like some of you, if you're leaving a spouse or an individual, you could actually be like taking your cup and going back to family, going back to your roots, looking for I don't want to say a new start there, but looking for support there, looking for love from people. So for those of you, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're single and you're leaving a job abruptly this week. You could have, you know, that grudge holder very well, let's say, is your boss, that they're very upset that you've decided to like maybe relocate abruptly. Like, I'm done. This place is toxic. I'm moving back home. I'm 3 of Wandsing it. I'm just taking my love for this profession. I'm going elsewhere. I found another job, or I've connected with family or a longtime friend, and they've helped me find the job elsewhere, and I'm moving on. And in that respect, the person you're leaving or the job you're leaving, they're holding a grudge because you're doing this rather abruptly, even though for you, this has been a long time coming. I mean, for some of you, you've stayed at this job for 7 to 8 years and there's no change. So I'm not talking to a Taurus that got upset because someone bumped into them in the break room and spilt their coffee cup. This is not a hasty Taurus at all. This is a Taurus that held on and suppressed pain and did the same thing every day, hoping it would change, and now realizing it's not, and they're leaving the job situation or the relationship. So in that respect, whoever you're leaving could be holding a grudge. For others of you, the grudge holder very well could be you, because you feel like you've wasted so much of your time waiting for your ships to come in, and they never did. And in that respect, where you're leaving a love relationship, I do see that you will be connecting with family or other soulmates, people you grew up with, friends, etc., to try to garner some support in making this decision. Soulmates. What is soulmates all about for the Taurian collective? Tell us more about soulmates. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. 5 of Pentacles. For some of you, this individual is a soulmate, because now we're going to turn to love here. Could be family also. Take it how it resonates. This column is definitely not about a job. So it's someone you love dearly. So again, family member, best friends, lover, spouse, take it how it resonates. Some of you have really felt left out in the cold by this person who you have a lot of deep love for, or you felt or thought that the two of you were soulmates, and you very well could be. But whoever this individual is, I think you're feeling isolated by them. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Yeah, the Hierophant. There you go, Taurus. For some of you, it's marriage. For some of you, it's marriage, and you have tried reconciliation in the past. Could be up to 3 times with 3 cups here. You've tried to reconcile with this person. You've tried to get on the same page, and you are repeatedly felt like you were left out in the cold. I hear the police sirens outside, so I always take noises as signs and synchronicities. It's almost like this has gone to a point where it's an emergency situation, right, with those sirens, and you have to act and leave. For others of you, your person has left you for someone else that they now have a higher level of commitment with, or they want a higher level of commitment with. Take it how it resonates. There is a part of you, for those of you who are leaving a long-time relationship, there is a part of you that would like reconciliation. You're just not quite sure it's possible because, like I said, for some of you, you've tried it 3 times. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Temperance to the Knight of Cups to the 9 of Wands. Yeah, you have repeatedly given your love to this person over and over again because you felt that they were a soulmate, or you wanted a deeper connection with this person, and they've left you quite wounded. 9 of Wands is my Wounded Warrior card. It's also the card for me of doing the same thing over and over again and hoping it's going to be different this time. It's not. The 9 of Wands always leads to the 10 of Wands. It's the progression of the cards. So for some of you, you want to take a last stand and try again. Maybe putting up boundaries and trying again with this individual. Let's see what the outcome is for you, Taurus. Most likely outcome for the situation. And again, if it's not your message, please don't fit it or force it. Most likely outcome for Taurus regarding the situation by the end of June 2024. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. We have 3 of Swords. Now we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Devil. Whew. Okay, some of you are leaving. You've been enlightened. You are closing the chapter. Wheel of Fortune, you want a whole new chapter of your life. You're tired of the repetitive motion of this toxicity, whether it's in your professional, personal, or romantic life. For others of you, you're dealing with a Capricorn, and that's who you're walking away from. For others of you, it's quite possible. It's not going to resonate for everyone, but for some of you, because I'm seeing repetitive 3s here also, like 3 of Wands, 3 of Cups, three of Swords here. So it's quite possible for some of you, you are entangled in a triangle, whether you were whether you created it or you were unfortunately part of it. I think this came up in your 2-week reading also. But for some of you, this is a third-party situation you are walking away from. For others of you, it's just a repetitive, cyclical, heartbreaking situation that you held on to so long hoping it would change, but you're just dealing with a very toxic environment or individual. And I think this week, the Taurus finds the bull within them and they close the chapter. And if that's your story, I wish you a lot of luck. A lot of you are becoming enlightened this week and moving right into healing from whatever catastrophic situation this was. Yeah, you're calling justice. This is nailing the coffin, done. Speaking your truth and turning your back. And it's going to take you a lot of strength to do this. Even those of you, for some of you leaving a work toxic work environment this week, you could have co-workers, right? 3 of Cups could also mean like community, so like within your professional community, right? You could have people be like, oh my god, Taurus is so hasty, they just like abruptly walked out. You didn't. You tried to make this job work. You tried to go in with a happy disposition. You believed it would change. You gave your all to it, and you were just faced with one hurtful, toxic event after another. So will some people talk that you abruptly left? Maybe. You know what you need to be? Unfazed and worry about your own resources. The love, the time, the money that you not only invest in others, but invest in yourself. I think it's time for a lot of you Taurians to focus on you. I think you gave an enormous amount to a situation or individual that didn't reciprocate the way you hoped or wanted it to. Tough read, Taurus, but I think you have all the conviction you need and courage and strength to get through it, and for that I applaud you greatly. If you like this message, if any part of it resonated with you, or you want to claim part or all of it as your own, please be sure to click like, share, subscribe. Again, thank you for all the subscriptions and helping me reach my goal before my June 3rd birthday. Yay! And until I read for all of you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.